As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
I know I'd go from rags to
And we
riches.
are back with another episode of the most quotable films of all time. And of course, for the letter G, Goodfellas won, which I'm very happy about. Yeah, absolutely one of the most quotable movies. One of my top five favorite movies of all time, as a matter of fact. So, yes, you excited about this one?
Uh, no, not really excited about it. It is
So,
what it
not in
is.
your top five favorite movies, I
No,
gather.
it's not in my top five favorite movies.
All right. Well, fair enough. Well, let's not waste any time. I'll start us off on this one. So my number five is one that I know will not be on your list. Probably wouldn't be on anyone's list because it's so random. But this scene cracks me up every time. It's when their friend Maury is doing the commercial for his toupees, and it's part of the commercial when he says,
And remember, Maury's wigs are tested against hurricane winds.
uh, and then like there's a scene of him jumping into the pool and his hair doesn't move or whatever. It's so great. So what's your number five?
My number five is towards the end of the movie
Uh-huh.
when Henry says,
Right after I got here, I ordered some spaghetti with marinara sauce, and I got egg noodles and ketchup.
That's good. That and then doesn't he go on to say like I'm a schnook now? He uses that word, I'm pretty sure.
he says, I'm an average nobody, get to live the rest of my life like a schnook.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay. Good stuff. All right, so my number four is probably my favorite De Niro line in the movie, which I think also gets kind of overlooked. But it's when he says he's like stealing money from these guys on a truck, and he says,
You might know who we are, but we know who you are. Understand?
Yeah, I don't remember that line.
it's just the way he says it is so great. Because if you read it on paper, it sounds ridiculous, but the emphasis on we know who you are. So what's your number four?
My number four is Jimmy two times.
Yeah. Oh man,
I'm going to get the papers. Get the papers.
I wanted to put that so bad, but it didn't make my list. I guess I didn't think about it because it's just that
I
that
know
long
because
scene of
it's
all the
like a
different people.
stupid thing, and he's more or less, you know, uh,
He's in the movie
narrating.
for like, yeah,
Yeah,
and
he's narrating. Yeah, when he talks about each of the people when
yeah,
Henry's narrating, and
yeah.
then one of them is when he's talking about Jimmy two
Two
times.
Jimmy two times. That whole thing is amazing.
I
But
know
yeah,
because he says everything two times.
yeah.
And Jimmy Two Times, who got that nickname because he said everything twice, like,
I'm gonna go get the papers. Get the papers.
I love it. Cool. All right. So my number three is Billy Bats when he says to Joe Pesci's character,
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
which is just classic. And then, of course, that shortly after leads to his death. So that wasn't on your list.
No, it was on my list.
All right, what's your number three?
Tommy DeVito.
Yeah, you're always fucking late. You're late for your own fucking funeral.
Yeah, yeah, he's talking to Stax in
Yeah,
that scene. Yeah, which is Samuel Jackson, one of his first movies.
and then
Um,
he shoots him.
of course. Yeah, slightly violent film, I would say. Uh, oh, and I love in this scene too, what's so great about this movie and most of Scorsese's gangster movies is the mixture of the comedy with the violence. Because right after this is when he says, "Take that coffee to go," to the other guy, and then he starts taking the coffee machine. He's like, "No, don't take it. Leave it there. What are you doing?" So great. All right, so my number two, oh, I love this so much. It's when they're having dinner at like 2 in the morning with his mom, with Joe Pesci's mom, who's actually played by Martin Scorsese's real life mother. And she shows him this painting that she just made. And Pesci's response is,
I like this one. One dog goes one way and the other dog goes the other way.
One is going east and the other one is going west. So what?
And this guy's saying, what do you want from me?
That's so great. So what's your number two?
This is the first line in this whole tirade between Henry Hill and Tommy DeVito. And
Okay.
Hill says, "You're a pistol. You're really funny. You're really funny."
So wait, you only pick that line?
I only picked that line.
Oh
I mean,
man.
the whole thing is quotable.
Exactly. That's what, so my number one is that entire dialogue back and
Are
forth,
you
the whole
serious?
how am I funny? Because you gotta have the how am I funny thing in
I
there.
know. What do you mean I'm funny?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
funny, you know? It's a good story. It's funny. You're a
Yeah,
funny guy. But it's like he says it like, you know,
so
he's
many
afraid
times.
to like answer. And
Right.
then he goes, "What do you mean? What do you mean? The way I talk?
Yeah, yeah. What am I, a
What?"
clown? I'm here to amuse you? Yeah. So okay, so maybe we can agree to make it the whole thing then, so we have the
Yeah,
same
that's
answer.
fine.
All right, so then what's your number one?
My number one is
You're gonna like this guy. He's all right. He's a good fella. He's one of us. You understand?
I know exactly when it is then. Yeah, because
yeah,
it's a narration when they're in the diner, and it's actually towards the end of the movie when he's about to explain that he's about to get whacked because he gets real paranoid about that. But that, yeah, that's I know the line. So all right, well, yeah, good pick, which has the title of the movie. So all right, so number one's got to be the funny
I knew
tirade,
you
then
were gonna
obviously,
do that.
since it's
If,
my
how
one
can
and
you
your
do
two.
that? You're gonna do that entire quote?
Oh yeah, it's worth it. I'll only do it once though at the end, so we don't repeat it. Because I've
Okay.
noticed on our videos sometimes it's like, oh my God, if I do a long quote and then do it twice, it takes forever.
Right.
Um, so then number two will be your number one, the Goodfellas line. And then so then number three will be the one dog goes one way, one dog goes the other way, my number two. So then four and five are our number threes. Um, doesn't matter. It's either Shine Box or You Were Always Late. So um,
Yeah, either one of them have poor language in them.
yeah, we'll put Billy Bats at four since he's not represented, and since Tommy's on there a couple times, we'll put him at five.
Okay.
But yeah, that's all good stuff. Okay, so honorable mentions. I mean, there's just so many. Uh, one of my honorable mentions was the Jimmy Two Times, of course, and then anytime Henry Hill says Karen to his wife, just the way he says it, he's like so whiny. Um, I mean, there's really anything Pesci says the whole movie.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think Pesci has most of the good lines.
yeah,
Henry has you know, all the narrating lines, basically.
Right.
except for that tirade with, you think I'm funny?
Yeah. Yeah. De Niro has another classic line where he says to the young Henry Hill after he goes to his first court appearance, never rat on your friends and always I forget the other half of this, but it's something also along those lines.
Yeah, I mean, Henry said Paulie may have moved slow, but it was only because Paulie didn't have to move for anybody.
Yeah, Paulie, what he's so good, man. Paul Sorvino, just his facial expressions in the movie are great. Which they explain like all he had to do was look at you and you knew you were in trouble.
Yeah, and
Um,
then Henry said, as far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
yeah, I thought you were gonna have him saying that on your list, which is the
Mhm.
opening line of the movie.
Yeah, and then DeVito says, sure, Mom, I settle down with a nice girl every night. Then I'm
Yeah,
free the next morning.
yeah. That whole scene is also great. Like you almost have to have that play out too, because yeah, that's classic. And
And
then when he's talking about the deer that got stuck in the thing, then he's like, "What is it called?" And De Niro's like, "The hoof." And then they have to whack it off with the knife. So awesome.
And
Uh,
her Henry's narrating again, saying, killing's got to be accepted. Murder was the only way that everybody stayed in line. You got the line, you got whacked.
yeah,
Everybody knew the rules.
yeah. Oh, Karen also had some great lines, especially when she finds out that Henry has a mistress. And then she goes to her building and she's like banging on the thing and saying, "There is a whore in your building, Janice Rossi in 2R is a whore." Uh, yeah, there's just so many great lines. But all right. Well, now, without any further ado, the top five quotes of Goodfellas according to three and four right now.
Yeah, you're always fucking late. You're late for your own fucking funeral.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
I like this one. The dog, one dog goes one way and the other dog goes the other way.
One is going east and the other one is going west. So what?
And this guy's saying, what do you want from me?
You're gonna like this guy. He's all right. He's a good fella. He's one of us. You understand?
Really funny. Really funny. What do you mean I'm funny?
It's funny, it's a good story. It's funny. You're a funny guy.
What do you mean? You mean the way I talk? What?
It's just, you're just funny. It's funny, the way you tell the story and everything.
Funny how? I mean, what's funny about it?
Tommy, no, you got it all wrong.
Oh, Anthony. He's a big boy. He knows what he said. What'd you say?
You're right.
Funny how?
Just,
What?
you're funny.
You mean,
So?
well, let me understand this, because maybe it's me, I'm a little up, maybe. But I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you. I make you laugh. I'm here to fucking amuse you. What do you mean funny? Funny how? How am I funny?
Not just, how you tell the story. What?
No, I don't know. You said it. How do I know? You said I'm funny. How the fuck am I funny? What the fuck is so funny about me? Tell me. Tell me what's funny.
Get the fuck out of here, Tommy.
Okay, I almost had him. You stuttering prick yet? Frankie, was he shaking? I wonder about you sometimes, Henry. You may fold under questioning.
Yeah. Awesome. Well done. Yeah, so now our four choices that start with the letter H, which mine are unchanged from last time. Which Heat was my number one, so another De Niro. We'll see what happens. The Hangover, Happy Gilmore, Hannah and her sisters. So what are your four?
The Hangover,
Okay.
Heat,
Okay, our top two are the same.
Hacksaw Ridge,
Okay.
and His Girl Friday, 1940.
Oh, wow. Okay. That one of those fast talking old movies.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Hacksaw Ridge, I don't remember that many lines from it. I mean, I remember like the main one towards the end, like the just one more thing. But okay, interesting. So Heat and Hangover for sure. And then it's basically between, oh, I guess we both put our number threes. So His Girl Friday and Hannah and her sisters get snubbed, but we got Happy Gilmore and Hacksaw Ridge. So these are your four options: Heat, Hangover, Hacksaw Ridge, and Happy Gilmore. So vote in the comments below or on our sister channel, Johnny Radio, which, by the way, I meant to say earlier when you said the opening line of the movie, I always wanted to be a gangster. The music right after that is the song Rags to Riches by Tony Bennett, who just passed away last week. And I did a top 5 Tony Bennett songs on Johnny Radio this past week. So check that out as well. But all right, guys, great stuff. You know what to do. Pick another De Niro movie. Yes. All right, I'll see you on the next one. Love you.
love you.
All right, bye.
Bye.